Access Radio. WIAX, the future of radio and podcast. No limit to what we do.
Yeah, it's your man. What's up? What up, my guy? It's that fly leather jacket and the fall type shit right here, you heard? Yola. You a later fam, you know we ball. Ain't talking hoops now. They praying I fall, cause I got the juice now. If we get them lacking, shooters with me, they gon' shoot now. My be strapped, they do the clap, they don't care who's round. You know we ball, ain't talking hoops now. They praying I fall, cause I got the juice now. If we get them lacking, shooters with me, they gon' shoot now. My be strapped, they do the clap, they don't care who's round. I'm ballin' in these streets like it's a football field. Spending money looking like I signed a football deal. Ice grillin' like they think them looks gon' kill. Until that six-pack clap, put his looks on chill. Look wrong, you probably get hooked on. A young down to start a riot, I ain't the one that your jokes on. Never been a come up, better watch how you run up. I brought my own strap, gave the other one to my gunner. And he down to catch a body, you can die if you wanna. Survive a headshot, you could probably try if you wanna. But I hope you wasn't thinking that. Boy, what's on your thinking cap? I put a bullet through your Yankee sign to push your thinking back. What you thinking if you ain't been thinking stacks? I'm only gonna spend it when I know I'ma make it back. Niggas faking jacks when I only be thinking facts. I be thinking chill when my shooters be thinking clap. You know we ball, ain't talking hoops now. They praying I fall, cause I got the juice now. If we get them lacking, shooters with me, they gon' shoot now. My be strapped, they do the clap, they don't care who's round. You know we ball, ain't talking hoops now. They praying I fall, cause I got the juice now. If we get them lacking, shooters with me, they gon' shoot now. My be strapped, they do the clap, they don't care who's round. Look, my niggas be strapped up like they going to war. You violate, we violate. That's just the protocol. Remember those days in the trap, waiting for Doe to call. Now niggas mad hating, they acting like we be showing off. Diamonds all in my wrist, look at them going off. I don't wanna talk about it if ain't no dough involved. And usually lead to violence whenever involves. I got room to learn a lot. Don't think I know it all. He said he know it all, he don't know. Mag drawn with the mask on, we want those bricks. If you liking every picture, then you want your chick. Ice grilling at the light, you probably want your whip. I'm trying to be wealthy, I don't wanna be rich. Now everybody on the marathon, they wanna be nipped. Cause used to bang blood, now they wanna be crip. I'm ballin' like an MVP and I just wanna be it. You know we ball, ain't talking hoops now. They praying I fall, cause I got the juice now. If we get them lacking, shooters with me, they gon' shoot now. My be strapped, they do the clap, they don't care who's round. You know we ball, ain't talking hoops now. They praying I fall, cause I got the juice now. If we get them lacking, shooters with me, they gon' shoot now. My be strapped, they do the clap, they don't care who's round.
La 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 la, yeah. La 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 la, la la la. You know I've been working,
Hey,
and you know I've been focused. A nigga been smoking, I've been rolling, I've been blowing. Girls, they said I couldn't do it, but I made it happen. I know you see me on my grind, I'm never lacking. You know we getting high, we smoking off the package. La la la, la la la.
Zoned in, zoned out, yeah, I'm always in my zone. Exotic plug, stay on speed dial with my phone. And my Cali plug, nigga always has my mind blown. I mix the weed with the Henny till my mind folds. To the point, when I close my eyes, I see a cyclone. Niggas get the spins, and it's all part of getting bent. I'm New England zone, yeah, you know I always represent. My money bags full of lot of coins and dead presidents. I'm never out of character, nigga, I'm the same G. Lawtown Mass, yeah, my hood really made me. The ghetto's kinda crazy, so I gotta move smart like Marcus. I've been killing shit since I became a solo artist.
You know I've been working,
hey,
and you know I've been focused. A nigga been smoking, I've been rolling, I've been blowing. Girls, they said I couldn't do it, but I made it happen. I know you see me on my grind, I'm never lacking. You know we getting high, we smoking off the package. La la la, la la.
I got the gas and the pressure that'll really have you lifted, and I got some loud that will have one of your eyes twitching. And every time I smoke, I'm in my own zone and dimension. My eyes are so low, I don't think I need a pair of lenses. If you're a deep enough believer and you love to smoke the reefer, cause you really love the cheaper, then to me you're a keeper. Roll up another one, yeah, it's time to get deeper. I've been blazing for a minute, homie, I could be a teacher. Had to show these niggas how to kill it with no features. And I walked 100 miles and I did it with old sneakers. Neglecting the grim reaper, respecting my lord and leader. Rolling up that sativa, I'm never taking a breather, no.
You know I've been working, and you know I've been focused. A nigga been smoking, I've been rolling, I've been blowing. Girls, they said I couldn't do it, but I made it happen. I know you see me on my grind, I'm never lacking. You know we getting high, we smoking off the package. La la la, la la la. And you know I've been focused. A nigga been smoking, I've been rolling gas. They said I couldn't do it, but I made it happen. I know you see me on my grind, I'm never lacking. You know we getting high, we smoking off the package. La la la, la la la.
Love. What you with? What you want? How you wanna play it? This that shit, don't you front. Nigga, don't you say it. I'm the shit, light the blunt. Tell them fuck with me. She legit, keep it a buck. Now baby, tell me who you with before you come. If she hit, then you done. That's the song. Do you really wanna fuck with me? Give me lit, then it's out, then it's straight. With my thoughts, beat the fit. Do you really wanna? Now when that Henny in the system, niggas get it started, then they wanna play the victim. I just hit the target, I be damned if I miss them. If I be your block and I be damned if I miss them. So who you? Hold on, get like me, too icy, retro, too pricey. I used to kill in high school, heard that you mad at a wifey. Henny, my toxic, blicky, no boxes. You niggas give me no options, you niggas give me no. I can flood the city, I mean right now. She just waiting back up for that pipe down. Oh, it was dark where we stay, we got the light now. Right by the park, we gon' play, oh what a sight, wow. I've been up for days, freaking and mixing the vibes. I'm finna change some lives, look at my eyes, know that boy gon' fold. Why am I not surprised? All gold work, soul, paint a picture so you weak. Do that switch up, heard you switched up, now my nigga know you weak. Tell me who you with before you come. If she hit, then you done, that's the sum. Do you really wanna fuck with me? Give me lit, then it's up, spin it straight. With my thoughts, beat the fit. Do you really wanna? Now baby, tell me who you with before you come. If she hit, then you done, that's the sum. Do you really wanna fuck with me? Give me lit, then it's up, spin it straight. With my thoughts, beat the fit. Do you really wanna? I can flood the city, I mean right now. She just waiting back up for that pipe down. Dark where we stay, we got the light now. Right by the park, we gon' play, oh what a sight, wow.
I'm not a rapper, I'm just a trapper with bricks to the raw.
That right.
Ain't it ironic? It took me a key just to get in the door. Round the hood, they call me my thing. He's a menace with the cops. Southside, M.Dot. Much better.
Mo, that's the one. I love you.
We talk to him. Look, honestly, I don't wanna pack nobody, but I'm down to kill a nigga, act somebody, hoping they don't fuck around. But if they know, then they know that I don't fuck around. Mafia, 40 on my body, that's in jewelry. Always got this two with me, and they know the crew with me don't fuck around. Much better, we just hoping y'all don't fuck around. Mafia. Talk down on my name and I'm a banger person. Load the clip, blow the cartridge like the game ain't working. Fact that I'm still living, that's legendary. He got the ice and the cream, that's Ben and Jerry. I gotta roll with the pole when it's getting scary, cause I got more dogs in the grave than Pet Cemetery. It wasn't right last night, I had a vision. Woke up living like no longer was my dad in prison. Catch a body for my dogs, that's a savage in him. And he fucked the baddest hoes, that's what status get him. First off, I'ma squeeze on my option. Get away, why? Cause my freedom ain't an option. My man up top said he ain't needed some boxing. And I'ma get it to him, I know the meaning of being boxed in. I did my time like a G in that lonely cell. Ask my comrades up north, they know me well. And in the streets, they gon' tell you that he run the town. But in the max, they gon' tell you I don't fuck around. Murderville, Southside, I'm from a wild town. My gun go off and it sound like surround sound. All they heard was bow, bow. Now it's blood everywhere like the homies had a powwow. When it was war, I'm the one who slid and pull out faster than a nigga going raw who don't want the kid. Honestly, I don't wanna pack nobody, but I'm down to kill a nigga, ask somebody, hoping they don't fuck around. But if they know, then they know that I don't fuck around. Mafia. 40 on my body, that's in jewelry. Always got this two with me, and they know the crew with me don't fuck around. Much better, we just hoping y'all don't fuck around. Yeah.
I came from the trenches, the mud. Where the cops say get 'em, they thugs, pistol on me. I know the way I was living was bug, like fuck a bitch. My mom's was the only woman I love until I had my daughter. Felt like I ain't need a gun. Shit, my father wasn't there, but I knew she needed one. So dope throughout the years, I was banking wild summers. But dope get you the same years as them bank account numbers. Started selling pounds. Yeah, I'm back in this bitch. Get caught with less than 1,000, that's a smack on the wrist. Look at me now, sitting down with a team that's gonna run for me. Haymakers, we turned them pounds to a company. And I dare one of you niggas come for me. So shorty, I don't need her, just want a company. Hate can't overpower the ones that got love for me. That's right, gone.
Honestly, I don't wanna pack nobody, but I'm down to kill a nigga, ask somebody, hoping they don't fuck around. But if they know, then they know that I don't fuck around. Mafia. 40 on my body, that's in jewelry. Always got this two with me, and they know the crew with me don't fuck around. Much better, we just hoping y'all don't fuck around. Mafia.
Gonna make it happen because Abstract Kid. You know what happened with Abstract Kid. You make it count.
Look, roll up another one. I ain't been this high in a minute, let's roll up another blunt. While I'm smoking, think I had to get 1 million, plus another one. I've been focused, working magic, hocus pocus, I ain't have time to stunt. Niggas don't want smoke, this ain't brunch. Free little bro at the gym, I don't gotta say names, only one little bro, that's official. I view a ball as a referee, you can be next to me if you don't keep it official. Run around with a rock and a breach in my pocket to get through what I gotta get through. Still mad broke to the stand, shit wasn't the plan, that shit showed me the bitch in you. Young nigga turning the man, still just fucking up band. Used to all this money, chill out and stick to the plan. Every man get their chin, stay humble, don't move funny. Free big bro out there, you know, he ain't do uno. Think so, who did it, man, who knows? Jetpack kicking like judo. 10 pack 3 times in 2 months. Kudos, niggas is sweet, glucose. Matter of fact, fructose, smoke niggas know I've been through more. Damn, my boss till it's Pluto. Think I'm more Pluto. Name red, but my heart Pluto. Run up a profit, MBO, I made this shit and we all locked in like a locksmith. Pull up and pop it. Get in my groove when I shoot like I'm playing jazz, John Stockton. Body game pussy, you know how I'm rocking. Niggas come round with you the better option. I screen EY for I say what's poppin'. Now Rojo dick, cause red poppin'. Shoot a nigga in this shit, drop my shit. Snitching on who, nigga, not my shit. Playing with my shit, you ready to die, bitch. Rojo that nigga, he stayin' that fly shit. I made a pack today just to get by, bitch. I fucked the back up and I said goodbye, bitch. MBO nigga, my brother's only for them. I go 20, yes, I'm gon' let it fly, bitch. I'm tryna chase all these racks, I'm done tryna chase all these pigeons. Bro doubted we had to get back, but this is the life that we living. King right in this bitch. I'm smoking, go.
Some yeah. Surprise. You a land, fam. Some know. Let's go. All my niggas strapped, they be killing shit. Yeah. You just wanna stare, you want that grilling shit. Fuck boy. You a later fan, we moving militant. We don't bump your shit, cause we ain't feeling it. Nah. All my niggas strapped, they be killing shit. Yeah. You just wanna stare, you want that grilling shit. Fuck boy. You a later fan, we moving militant. And we don't bump your shit, cause we ain't feeling it. Always just right if it's dirty. Yo, bitch, slip thick on my jersey. Niggas say that I'm successful because my career way out in Jersey. I'm a block boy still in the hood. Anyway, my hood that's good. When the last time you seen ballin' like this, niggas mad cause they wish that they could. Spray your shit up like a drive-by. I'm the connect, not a Wi-Fi. Play me pussy, nigga, not I. Because I been on like a pop. This is 10 gang, we do not ride 5. If it's a problem, let the shots fly. You got no wings, you will not fly. Only birds you slip and come from pop pies. Niggas can't see me with going like this. Didn't know that I was going like this. We could backpack, take it, trap, rap. Any way you want, and my flow code is my wrist. Pulling up your bitches, rolling my slip. She all in the studio, all on my dick. Only know me, cause me and OD. Drop that one night there and that bitch know it's a hit. Yola. All my niggas strapped, they be killing shit. Yeah. You just wanna stare, you want that grilling shit. Fuck boy. You a later fan, we moving militant. We don't bump your shit, cause we ain't feeling it. Nah. All my niggas strapped, they be killing shit. Yeah. You just wanna stare, you want that grilling shit. Fuck boy. You a later fan, we moving militant. And we don't bump your shit, cause we ain't feeling it. Nah. We ain't feeling your shit, cause your shit is trash. Instead of just biting your verse, you should've got in your bag. I'm about to hit me a lick, and just go cop me a jag. Might not go cop me a jag, but I bet the car I cop it fast. I did this shit cause it's easy. You will lay covered in VVs. Get your lanes, you cannot see me. And I sound like I do it for TV. Vale, my niggas know better. Carry heat like it's snow weather. By my paper, man, I know cheddar. And these niggas broke, they got no cheddar. Posting the pic with a couple of grand. Did that shit for the gram. Posting the pic, got a gun in his hand. Got that shit from his man. You a fake, you are not real. Not a shooter, you don't pop still. Probably gon' run if it got real. If you violate mine, I get your block killed on guard. All my niggas strapped, they be killing shit. Yeah. You just wanna stare, you want that grilling shit. Fuck boy. You a later fan, we moving militant. We don't bump your shit, cause we ain't feeling it. Nah. All my niggas strapped, they be killing shit. Yeah. You just wanna stare, you want that grilling shit. Fuck boy. You a later fan, we moving militant. And we don't bump your shit, cause we ain't feeling it. Nah.
It's about 20 bitches in the section finna smash the homies and they with it for the clout, ain't put no cash up on the hell you waiting, baby girl's about to pass. The moment that my BB bell girl sit your ass up on it. Told my bitch she gotta go, but leave that pussy here. You dealing with a big dog, baby, looky here. We at the hood in Big Sweet, don't think it ain't on me. My little body's here tryna run on me, cause it ain't about nothing. She gon' throw that ass, no discussion. Take your time, mama, why you rushing? Cause it ain't about nothing. My niggas in the back doing something. You wanna start it up, stop fronting, cause it ain't about nothing. No, no, it ain't about nothing. My niggas in the back doing something. Stop fronting. I'm with the troopers in the 20, niggas sit still. You feel that vibe when I slide, I'm a big deal. I left a woman at my house cause she was grooving. The fuck I do that for? Now she bet that bitch not though. Heard she was a thought bro. Keep some fancy in the lobby, Jamie Foxx show. She talking on my ear, getting loud, throwing fits. I ain't about to argue with you, baby, that's the Ritz. Cause it ain't about nothing. She gon' throw that ass, no discussion. Take your time, mama, why you rushing? Cause it ain't about nothing. My niggas in the back doing something. You wanna start it up, stop fronting. Cause it ain't about nothing. No, no, it ain't about nothing. Cause it ain't about nothing. She gon' throw that ass, no discussion. My niggas in the back doing something. It ain't about nothing. She gon' throw that ass, no discussion. No, no, it ain't about nothing. My niggas in the back doing something. You wanna start it up, stop. I've been on a different kind of wave. I've been spinning, I don't wanna save. Bills in the spot like a rave. Big dog, crawled out the cave. Running with them boys, not the way. Running with them boys, you brave. Running with them boys, not the way. I need 500 bitches on my dick. 500 bitches on my dick.
My trap phone jumping. My trap phone jumping. My trap phone jumping. If you call me private, I ain't picking up my trap. No static on my line, it got me switching up my trap. Switch it. I just hit a licking, I just did it on my trap phone. I just hit a licking, I just did it on my trap phone. If you call me private, I ain't picking up my trap. No static on my line, it got me switching up my trap. Switch it. I just made a fortune and I did it for my trap. I just made a fortune and I did it for my trap. What's up? Trap phone got no camera, that shit flip. My trap phone doing numbers, that shit flip. Every time I pick my trap phone up, I'm about to hit a lick. Last time I picked my trap phone up, I went and got a brick. Let me talk my shit. I don't say no numbers in my trap phone. Only my side bitch got the number to my trap phone. She gon' leave that alone. We don't need that word out. She be making runs for me. She be giving birds out, and she bring the birds out. So my party always cracking. It's hard to catch me lacking, cause I'm always packing. And I'm about that action, I really shoot the ratchet. If you need to get a bird, I make it happen. What's happening? If you call me private, I ain't picking up my trap. Static on my line, it got me switching up my trap. Switch it. I just hit a lick and I just did it for my trap. I just hit a lick and I just did it for my trap. If you call me private, I ain't picking up my trap. Static on my line, it got me switching up my trap. I just made a fortune and I did it for my trap. I just made a fortune and I did it for my trap. The plug really my man, so I could get it for the low. And I don't pick my phone up for no O. No. And if you charging high, you gotta go. And if that shit is trash, and I don't want that shit no more. It's slow. My hotline's blinging, but nah, this ain't no booty call. It's about the money, and I answer when the duty call. Move the raw. Send 100 bricks, I move it all. Play with money, ain't no telling what I do to y'all. You fuck up my money, I get your flat line. Don't need no shooter, I really clap mine. Ain't tryna spin it, I'm tryna stack mine. If you tryna see birds fly, then hit the back line. If you call me private, I ain't picking up my trap. Static on my line, it got me switching up my trap. I just hit a lick and I just did it for my trap. I just hit a lick and I just did it for my trap. If you call me private, I ain't picking up my trap. Static on my line, it got me switching up my trap. I just made a fortune and I did it for my trap. I just made a fortune and I did it for my trap. Ring, it's money on the line. It ain't no time for games whenever money on the line. And I could barely sleep when I got money on my mind. I know chill don't pay the bills, so I be always on my grind. Get it and stack it, learn from the old head. Don't need to borrow, I got my own bread. I wake up and hustle, go get some more bread. Cause I got the blood of a hustler thanks to my old head. It's all hustle and no luck. I was taught from young by the wolves, give no fucks. You never know who tellin' when put up in those cuffs. Niggas always break the rules for the game, it's no trust. If you call me private, I ain't picking up my trap. Static on my line, it got me switching up my trap. I just hit a lick and I just did it for my trap. I just hit a lick and I just did it for my trap. If you call me private, I ain't picking up my trap. Static on my line, it got me switching up my trap. I just made a fortune and I did it for my trap. I just made a fortune and I did it for my trap phone.
Was somewhere going. He should be here shortly. But we have our guest here. So just introduce yourself and we're just gonna get right into this.
Oh, okay, great, awesome. My name is Jonathan Kimball. I'm born and raised in the Soundview Projects in the Bronx. And I'm writing a book. The book is
Okay.
called Someone Like You: Navigating Through Mental Health, Environmental Pressure, Spirituality, and Family.
Nice.
I'm talking about things that I've experienced in my life dealing with these issues. You know, so many of us as Black men deal with mental health issues that we don't address. PTSD, traumas, things that we experience in our neighborhood that we don't speak about. And if it's not like tangible, if it's not like something that you can see, you don't consider it something that should be hindering us. When it does, it hindered me throughout my life. And that's things that I'm talking about in my book, you know, Someone Like You.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. Appreciate it.
So let's just go back a little bit to the beginning. How was it like growing up in Soundview
Wow.
Projects?
Soundview was intense. Soundview was real intense growing up. I don't know if you're familiar with it. Soundview Projects in the Bronx.
Born and raised in the Bronx.
No
so
doubt.
yes.
Gangs, Notorious, Cozy Corner. And just giving you a little backstory of myself, you know, my parents, they divorced around when I was on the age of 9, 10 years old.
Okay.
And when the father's not there, there's a void in the household. And in my neighborhood where the guys were on Cozy Corner. And when there's a void there, there's no men there, you gravitate to the guys. And I gravitated to Cozy Corner. And got involved in gangs, got involved in selling drugs and things like that. Started going out of town. Real talk, going out of town, getting money. And got caught up. Went to jail, went to prison for selling drugs, possession. Did about close to 7 years in prison.
Wow.
Yeah, I spent my youth in prison from between 16 to 23. I was in prison. And it was at 21 when I had my epiphany moment, really. And I talk about it in the book, just giving you some inserts.
Yes. Just a little bit.
Real talk. I was actually in my cubicle, right? I was 21 years old. My sister had actually just came to see me on a visit, right? Brought me a package. I turned 21. So I'm getting fresh in my cube, right? I'm putting on my red sweats, my red hood, and she just brought me the red Uptowns with the red check on it and the straps, and I'm putting them on. I'm getting dressed, and I'm standing there, and it felt like somebody like cold cocked me right in my chest, like the wind got knocked out of me. I fell right onto my bunk, and I looked up at first to make sure nobody hit me, but it was like an epiphany moment. Yeah. Like, what the hell am I doing? I'm in prison, getting fresh for the yard. To spin the yard, to smoke a stick, as we call it, and just show the homies that I had a visit. I was on the dance floor. Like, this is craziness. You know, I was raised better than this. I know better than this, you know. What does it say in the Bible? As a boy, you do boyish things. As a man, you must take responsibility. I was having that epiphany moment, that maturity moment right there in my cube. And it was like, nah, something got to change. This is not how I was raised. This is not what I should be doing. I should not be getting fresh to go spin the yard. I should be doing other things. And again, I didn't even go to the yard that night. I laid back on my bunk, just having these thoughts in my head, like, wow, where's my life? This is crazy. You know, and at this point, even with the gangs, it was a sad thing to say. You couldn't stop the saturation of bloods at this time, like in the early 90s, coming to prisons. And, you know, at first it was 4, then 4 turned to 8, then 8 turned to 6, and then that was it. And now we just in there and doing nothing, beefing with each other. Yes. You know, oh, he won't let me hold his flip-flops. Oh, he ate with the Spanish guy, you know, just beefing over the mic, stupid things, you know, and this was my life. And I still had some years to go, but what I decided to do, I had already had my my diploma from high school. And so I decided to go through college through correspondence, you know, real talk, you know, just like I said, just like, this is not what I should be doing. I should be educating myself. I should be learning how to do other things. And so that's what I started doing. I went to Marist College. These college credits were transferable to any college and university in the state when I got out. Nice. So I actually got out like 2 years on work release, and I transferred those credits to Mercy College in the Bronx. You know, where again, just exploring my horizon. You know what I'm saying? College is a great thing. You know, college is a great thing to actually see different, you know, again, if you ever experienced college, you already know what it is. And I did like about a year of that. Okay. But again, started getting caught up in life, you know, started having children, you know, it's sad to say for a lot of us, you know, who've been to the penitentiary, you kind of stuck when you left in your head. And so, as I like to call it, is actually another chapter in my book called Catch Up. You know, like the condiment, but it's playing catch up. You know, when you get out, you catching up to everything you think you missed all of this stuff. You dressing out of tune. Exactly. People like, yo, what do you got on? That's not the new style. Like, oh my Metro cards, all of these things. I'm starting to show my age and all of that stuff, no doubt. But exactly, the flip phones, all of these things were just so brand new. So learning and adapting to these things. But the first thing I knew was that I had to get some work history. I never had a job. Like I had again, coming up at Soundview, and as a teenager, if you wanted work, you just went right to Hunts Point and you could get a gig. Those things weren't happening anymore. So I actually started working at a Burger King right across the street from the World Trade Center site. And worked my way up all the way to like assistant manager within like 2 years. But again, going through life's
ups and downs.
I was having children. Had to start taking care of my kids. When she wasn't ready, but you making his responsibilities, you stand to it. And that's something I was really big on, standing tall to my kids. And I was having difficulties in life, obviously, because again, you got child support, you got to take care of these kids, you got to take care of yourself, and you're not ready, even though you have these responsibilities.
So no one's ever ready.
But these frustrations are real for a lot of us. We're making these decisions.
If you want, you can sit back and put the
mic back. Okay, I appreciate you. But we're making these decisions as men, and a lot of us ain't standing tall to it. But I did. I was just raised. My family would disown me if I didn't take care of my kids. Again, I come from a really great family.
Come from a family,
exactly,
knit family.
Real talk. We come from the South. Alabama, South Carolina, things like that. But I'm sorry, what was I talking about? I got out of jail. Then I was home. Oh, Burger King. That's right.
Yes, I was
working at Burger King. That's right. Started having kids and things like that, and dealing with life's frustration, mental health issues, and at these times too, as I'm getting older, I'm starting to reflect on my past. Like I guess looking to blame somebody. Looking to blame someone.
Now, that's what I was wondering. Like from that time, like you said, when everyone comes home, you're well preserved.
No doubt.
That's a good way of saying it.
Yeah, I definitely had the glove.
Yeah, you guys are well preserved. So now coming back out, and you went in as a teenager, you got out as an adult. Like, how was that mentally on you?
It was a lot, but I always felt like I had the thing within me to want to help people, So when I got out, that I was working at Burger King, but I was also doing like mentorships too, talking to young people. And after Burger King is when I got involved in that. I jumped headfirst into like mentorships. I started working with Children's Aid Society on Southern Boulevard and started doing mentorships and things like that. And I felt like I found my niche. Like, nah, I need to be with the people. I need to be letting them know what's going on, what's real, letting them learn from my mistakes, which is what I did. I had a lot of great mentors too, putting their foot on my neck because I was going through it. When I came home, this was so crazy too. That's when I got shot. Wow. I got shot in broad daylight right on my corner.
When you came home?
When I came home on some road rage, still being tough, still thinking I'm that guy. The guy pulled right over, jumped out. I had my children with me too. Pulled the gun out on me, right in my face. I was gonna grab it, but I turned around, shot me twice, right in the leg, dropped right there. It was never epiphany moment. Like, what the hell is going on, Jonathan? Yeah. And I was having like that 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I was working, taking care of the kids, but I was
but you were still, you were still trying,
still hanging with the gang. Like I said, this was right on Cozy Corner. Again, it was another epiphany moment. Like, yo, what are you doing? What else has to happen? What else has to happen for you? You got children. Obviously, they need you. You want to be alive. You want to be present. And God definitely got a plan for you because He could have shot me in the head.
Yeah, you could be going.
I could have been going.
Not be here right now talking to me if there was not a plan in place.
Exactly. And again, that was another epiphany moment. Like, nah, kid, something got to give. We can't think about what others think. We can't think. You got a plan. There's something you should be doing. And like I said, when I found my niche with working with people, it hit. I was working with Urban Youth Alliance. I got a job with Urban Youth Alliance, and this job changed my life. I was working with my director at the time. Her name was Tara Brown, and she was teaching me everything: how to be professional, how to hold groups, how to do speaking
give you that professional platform.
Exactly. Like, kudos to Tara. I definitely didn't realize that till later. Yes. At the time you resisted. Like, okay, she thinks she know everything, but I was learning. She was teaching me. Yes. You know what I mean? Real talk, man. Shout out to God's plan, because again, this was something that I had to go through in order to get to where I'm at now and still going. You know what I mean? And so with Urban Youth Alliance, our job was basically like parole officers. Kids were paroled to the program. If they got arrested, and if they didn't get locked up, the judge paroled them to our program. Okay. And shout out to Christopher Garcia, my guy. He was one of my partners there, one of the other case managers / compliance officers, who our job was to monitor these kids. We had to go to their school.
It gives me like a pins feeling.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's so crazy, and this is another topic that we'll talk about the system. But we'll go there.
Yeah, that's a
Real
whole
talk.
show.
Exactly,
Yeah,
that's another whole show because again, these became programs when the jails were getting full. So they gave
money to programs.
To programs that were willing to take these disconnected, at-risk youth that were getting locked up, but didn't want to have them in jail, wanted to give them some second chances.
Yeah.
And so that's what we did. We monitored them. They came to us right after school, Monday through Friday. We made sure we were in tune with their parents, which was another crazy thing because some of these parents are enablers. When it comes to these kids, this was crazy. And so we did that for about 4 to 5 years. We became chaplains and all that, started working in the community.
Oh, wow.
Started partnering with the police department, which was
ironic,
another crazy thing. I say it's really hard to affect change in your community without partnering with the police department. It really is, And where I'm from, my background, working with the police department, this is no bueno, go no matter what, And so I honestly felt like if I don't, knock down that barrier, who else will? Who else is built for this? You know what I'm saying? People that know me know all about me, my background, what it entails, I ain't never told on nobody, things like that, so
pretty stand up.
Exactly. So, I just stood tall to it. Shout out to Minister Kwame Thompson, another one of my mentors, who went through it with me, and they put us through the police academy and all of that stuff. And again, getting another kind of different perspective and a respect for the police department because of the things that they went through in training.
Yeah.
I failed the shooting training in the police department, real talk, because I'm thinking about my kids and in the heat of the moment, he's charging me with a knife. I don't care if he has mental health issues or anything. And I was like, wow, you really have to have that training, have that within you to be able to do your job.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was a lot. But shout out to the NYPD, shout out to the 43rd Precinct. I became a partner with the new partnering program called Community Partnering. Police Commissioner Bratton, when he became in the office, I believe in 2015. When he became the police commissioner. So he brought these programs under the Bronx and Harlem and brought one to our precinct. And again, it was so crazy. It's like, who in the community could talk to the old ladies, talk to the citizens, talk to the homies, talk to the dope boys, talk to everybody, and get their point across, be able to articulate the message. And so, boom, I was actually on a board, and the board, pushed me too. So I jumped right on it.
Nice.
And my role was to talk with them, mentor them, help them deal with the cultural diversity in the communities that they would be facing. Again, a lot of officers don't come from our community. And a lot was happening at this time. This was Eric Gardner had just happened. And so it was
a lot of racial things going on.
The police department was getting a lot of flack. They were looking for ways to get with the community. And so this was a great way. And so again, mentoring officers, talking with them, walking them through the community, meeting the community. They had specific officers just for this, to communicate with people.
Like a community.
We're not making no arrests. Here's my
board,
card. My name's Jessica, Officer Jessica, things like that. And it was really cool, really cool. We were affecting change. Crime rate was down.
Nice.
We realized that certain things in our community are helpful. An empty police car just on the block is a natural deterrent. People see a police car, they start to think, all right, the police are around.
Somewhere
stuff like that. Because we wanted our community to be safe. Kids were getting jumped, getting on a bus from 123 to Soundview to the corner. I don't know if you know the areas, but it's not really a far space, but they got to go through 4 different neighborhoods. And so, kids were scared to do that. They were walking across the highway because kids from other neighborhoods were jumping on the bus, robbing them, beating them up. And so things like that we were trying to stop. And so we were stopping those things. And so it was a great time, working with that. So with that, we started doing a community work. We were having Soundview Day for the old timers, giving back to the community. It was really good. And again, life things started happening. Actually, too. I was just trying to think. Life things started happening again, too. I had to slow down with that because I had to get back to work. And you might have a good heart to want to help people, but you got to produce money when you have children.
And that's what I was going to ask you, too, because sometimes dealing with the youth, we kind of get caught up dealing with the youth. We get caught up, and our hearts get into it. How did you balance that?
Tough. Yes. It was hard. I even actually started bringing my kids, into it. Real talk, my nieces, my nephews, real talk, my niece Chanel. I had her coming in the program with me, to spend some quality time. I bring in my kids into the program, just letting them know, like implementing the same thing. Like, you know what? Ain't no way I'm going to be running around, helping other kids and not helping my own.
Yeah, not incorporating your family.
Exactly. So that was another issue, finding the balance with that. Like, I'm helping kids. They start to look at you like a father figure. No matter what.
Especially those with that void there.
If you a mentor, if you speaking anything positive in their life, like do right. Let's capitalize on your talents. Let's get school right. You're gonna be that father figure. You're gonna be that guy on the shoulder who they think about later on. Because you tell them about the consequences. You share your stories, and so I was like, I gotta start helping my kids too, because my kids face the same things in school.
Yeah, definitely.
My son Jojo, he like drill music.
Okay.
He be on it with the drill music. So I definitely want to implement the work that I was doing with my children as well. So that's what we.
So are you still doing that type of work, or once again life has taken its toll?
Yes. Actually, I'm still working with the juveniles. I was working with Sheltering Arms. Children and Family Services and like the juvenile detention facilities. Again, they don't put these kids behind bars anymore. They put them in like these residential homes, which are like group homes. But then they locked in. They can't leave. They can accumulate time where they can get like furloughs and stuff like that. But they housed in. Again, your job is to mentor them. I was working on the overnight too, because I started getting entrepreneurial.
Gotcha.
I didn't even get into that. Started producing products, and stuff
we
like
were going to get to that soon.
He said he was going to bring us some waters. I think he went for self.
Nah, not at all.
Yeah,
I got waters in the car. I got waters in the car.
I ain't sharing. Secondhand drinking is fatal, man.
Nah, it's all good. Definitely got started getting entrepreneurial, and again trying to just find that balance. Trying to find that balance. But the water thing, Casey Water, if you want to
let's just get right into it.
This came about through the pandemic. Tragedy and the triumph, so to speak. It's funny, man. God's plan. Everything started happening in my life. I was at a burnout time, going through it mentally right before the pandemic, trying to figure it out, still dealing with, mental health, just breaking into therapy because, I want to address my issues. Financial pressures were still happening. And then the pandemic hit. The pandemic started hitting. My mother-in-law, Mama Ross, shout out to Mama Ross, she actually started introducing me to selling alkaline water machines.
Okay.
Real talk, because she on it when it comes to health and looking great. She's 25 every day. You look at it, you can tell. Real talk. And so she was putting me on to the game and teaching me another side hustle that was really great. And so we started doing that, doing home presentations, things like that. We talking about like 2 weeks in, the pandemic hit.
Wow.
So no more home presentations, none of that stuff. And then, people in the family started getting sick. My brother got sick the first week of the pandemic, and was in the hospital for a few days. Then he died.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
He died. My brother died April 2nd, man, and it was different. Yeah. You dealing with the pandemic. You can't see your people.
Yeah.
You can't do a visit. You can't see the body.
You can't comfort them. You can't do anything.
This was a lot.
You can't even bury them.
This was a lot, and my family was definitely not accustomed because we close. We close. My brother was a staple. You know what I mean? He was a staple in our family, and losing him was a lot. Excuse me.
Oh, you good?
And a lot of us didn't handle it so well, and it's just a lot.
No, it's understandable. Well, we got Joey finally in the building.
Yo, my bad. They was doing road work. It wasn't even an accident. They was doing road work right there. Just had us there for like 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Ridiculous. We was like right there. Like, but better late than never. Never late is better.
Happy to have you.
Yeah, all right, let's get on a different topic. Like, we spoke about your father.
Yeah.
Like, growing up in a household, your father being a legend, like how that affect your life? Like, did it inspire you to want to be a rapper, DJ?
It's so funny you say that. When I was locked up, I tried it. I was in the mirror, it just wasn't my thing. I'm always like the moving and shaking, the behind the scenes kind of guy. Yeah. But I tried it, but it just wasn't my thing. And I say it every day. Like, if I was a rapper, I'd have been on all this crazy rap happening right now. Shout out to my step pops, Grandmaster Kaz of the Cold Crush. Shout out to you, Dad. I love you. Thank you so much for everything.
What made you say you're not a rapper? Somebody's like,
nah. I just knew it wasn't my. I just knew it wasn't in me. It wasn't like I couldn't get my words together with the rapping. I was literally old school with it, man, like ABC with it. So I just couldn't do it, man. I was definitely in the ciphers, letting people know if they was hot or not, but it just wasn't my thing. But definitely gave it a shot, man.
So yeah, I'm late, so I don't know what y'all talk. I don't know what y'all was speaking about, but like the mental health thing,
no doubt.
Like, how can you tell if a person needs like help?
And that's just it. It's a lot, you know. One thing I'm talking about in my book, Someone Like You, is, you know, just explaining to people that you're not the only one going through it. A lot of us assume that, you know, like if you get into it with your baby moms, you want to cuss out and all that. Things like, yo, nobody understand what I'm dealing with right now, and you know, we do. There's someone who's been through what you're going through. There's someone who knows that these stresses are within you. Let it out. Don't be afraid to say, yo, I need a moment. You know, I need to walk it off. You know, find other channels. And then again, those are tools that I'm sharing in the book, you know, with someone like you, because we all navigating through mental health, family pressures, environment, spirituality, like all of these things, you know. So those are some of the experiences I'm sharing.
Now, you said a few minutes ago that you started therapy. As a man, as a black man, black people, we don't go to therapy. We deal with our issues or whatever the case may be.
We snap it out.
What gave you the courage to do that?
Shout out to my wife, Lanessa. You know, shout out to the fact that I wanted to make some changes. I've realized in a lot of times, hey, it can't be everybody, you know? And I see myself, like I said, I was having that burnout time, like, yo, the tough skin, working 2 full-time jobs, never having enough time, and you know, you make one happy, not enough. You start to burn out, you know. And again, I was having daddy issues from the past that you didn't deal with, you know, manhood issues, things like that. And I wanted to make some changes, and it's like I need to see somebody. But we also do, a lot of us, is put it all on our friends and some family, and realize a lot of them can't receive that. We put a lot of that on and they can't receive it. You know, they don't know how to listen. You know, they don't know how to hear properly. And so it took me a while. It wasn't no overnight thing. We talking about years of, nah, I'm all right. It's you. Nah. It's just that situation. Now, if he didn't cut me off, I wouldn't have responded like that. Nah. Them kids gonna do what I tell them to do. They don't got no opinion. You know, I ain't had no choice when I was a kid. You know, things like that. You know. Even the new age, the mannerisms, the behavior, you know, I've had to adapt. You know, I come from an old school, you know, kind of family. You know, my biological father, you know, he from Alabama. He got certain ways about himself, you know what I mean? And those things were kind of like embedded in me as well. I had to realize, nah, you got to change. It's definitely 50-50 in the household. You definitely got to pull your weight. You definitely got to make sure you do some domestic kids. You clean, you do some laundry, you know, stuff like that. Real talk. You know, you come with them ideologies like, you know, you're just going to go to work and come home and dinner going to be served and you know, stuff like that, you know. And my wife, she's a hard worker, you know what I mean? She definitely put her work in. And so you definitely want to be helpful. You definitely want to make sure, you know, you're doing things as well. And checking on you, want to be a better father, want to be a better son, husband, all of you, brother, friend. And so, you know, I started going to therapy. And then it was so crazy. Like I said, things started happening. I lost my brother. And then 30 days later, I lost my biological father. Wow. May 2nd, my biological father passed. We were going through a lot, my family. Tiger, April 2nd, then my biological father, May 2nd. And then we had to go down south to bury him, you know, so we got to do that. And get down south, and one thing my uncle showed me is that we got natural spring water on our property down there. So exactly, that was my response. Like, what you mean? What? So we started testing it to come back online. So we actually started connecting with shipping it. I went down there by plane. Only could bring 50 pounds back on the plane. So the van went down there, drove it back. You know, I went and got my son from Georgia. We went down to Alabama, filled the water. I drove it back. We pretty much broke even with it. So we're still in the works. We're trying to figure out how to get right with that. And then jumping back to when I was doing the alkaline stuff when the pandemic hit. And so I was like, you know what? Let's start producing it. And so I actually brought like a couple gallons to my board and gave everybody like one. One of my board members was like, John, I need 10 gallons. Like, that's when I knew it was lucrative. You know what I mean? And so that's when Kimball Clean Waters came into existence. We started producing water for people throughout the pandemic. It hit like crazy. Obviously, the best alkaline water around. And so, real talk, you know.
I mean, it would have been nice if we could have tasted your little shum, but it's okay. It's okay.
But again, we just wanted to create healthy options for our community. The epiphany moment came again. Right when my people passed, I walked in the store and just like, there are no healthy options in these stores for us. Not even the water. Most of the waters are acidic or neutral, and if that's the case, you might drink the water in your faucet.
Exactly.
You know, so we working to create healthy options for our community, and we just started with the water, partnering with super dope people, creating other great things. Shout out to BAM Cosmetics, making the hemp products, the beard oil. The facial scrubs, the facial gels, I use it all. We're gonna be promoting that soon too. So we just working, you know, trying to get out there. Real talk.
So if one wanted your water, like where would he go? Like,
so you can hit us up at Kimball Clean Water on Instagram. You can hit Jonathan Kimball up on Facebook. Kimball Clean Waters on Facebook. I'll leave my information with you guys, my number, all of that stuff. You hit us directly. We're working on creating a website and all that stuff. It's just me, so we work it. Like I said, we doing books, we holding groups, we working with the people. We just been giving some give back. Shout out to my boy Croc. He just gave out turkeys and food in the community. I helped him out today. That was really amazing. Nice. Definitely shout out to him and Truth Juice. They always giving back to the community. So we just trying to, as we say, find that balance. That's another thing we talk about, balance. You can't do it all. We can't do it all, but you could definitely do something. That's another one of my mottos. You know, a lot of us don't stand tall to accountability. You know, I'm working on this group called Mufasa and Scar.
Okay.
Real talk. A lot of us think we Mufasa, but we Scar. Self-entitlement, jealousy, envious, laziness, you know, and we're not the Mufasas. We're not standing tall. We're not handling the responsibility because we know we got to do it. We're looking for pats on the back, you know, for every little thing. Hey, I bought groceries today. I've been buying the groceries every day. You know, things like the craziest stuff that you wouldn't think about. But again, it's about stepping up to the maturity, you know, to the age, you know. And a lot of us need to do that. So again,
before we go, coming from Salve, you from Salve, right?
Sir,
all right. So how cats, because it's a tough neighborhood. So you go in and talk to the cats like, yo, you preaching that shit to us. Like, how they react to you?
Again, yo, it's so crazy now. I'm talking about my age. I'm 39 though, but I'm like the OG because you don't make it this far.
Yeah.
Not free or live and still can, you know, talk about it the way I am. You know, as I want to say, like made it out, but you know, because I'm still in the hood, you know, but like still be able to talk about what happened to you, still be relevant, still get the respect from the brothers. You know, there's a real thin crack of guys like me who've been able to do that, who ain't been caught up with getting high, still going back and forth to prison, you know, things like that. So, you know, I've been blessed. And in that blessing, I realized I got a story to tell because then I can help someone who looks like me, who comes from where I come from, telling them the story like, nah, you can do it. I've been through those stresses. I know them woes, you know, but we gonna stand tall. We gonna be good. Have faith. Again, shout out to my partner with the BAM Cosmetics, who's been teaching me about meditating, about I've been using stones and all of that stuff, beginner stones. And that stuff has helped me a lot, you know, and not only mentally, physically, my blood pressure and all of that stuff. So again, I'm talking about that in the book, introducing people to that through ebooks. Like, again, we work and just trying to introduce brothers who look like me, who come from where I come from, that there is someone just like you going through it, and here's some tools, you know, here's some experiences that you can take and implement them to your own life.
Dope.
I appreciate it, man.
All right. But we're about to wrap it up in a minute. But give your info, spell it out.
Indeed. I got the
you said it real fast. Like, come on, I mean, like, come on.
Yeah, as my boy KT2 say, I gotta slow it down.
Yeah, you gotta relax a little. You gotta relax.
I appreciate it. But it's at KIMBLECLEANWATERS at Kimball Clean Waters. That's Facebook, same thing, Kimball Clean Waters. And I'm Jonathan Kimball.
Where the book? Where they can find the book?
The book will be out in February. We'll start pre-orders end of December. The book is called Someone Like You, Navigating Through Mental Health, Spirituality, Environmental Pressures, and Family.
Oh, shit.
Yes, indeed. I appreciate it.
So before we fully let you go,
yes, indeed.
If you can reach out to one person right now that's looking at this, or one person that you just meet on the street, what would you tell that person? Some wise words.
Go light, man. Handle what you can handle. If you stressing about certain things, understand that God makes sure that He give you things that He know you can take care of. You know, we stress about things all the time that we just can't handle. Take care of the things you can, you know. So that's big on that. Handle the things you can, man.
Nice.
We can't do everything, but we can do something, man. So take a life
all the time.
Very nice, very nice.
Handle what you can handle and leave the rest in God's hands.
It's a lot. We stress about the things we can.
Yeah, people,
especially
I believe in God. I believe in
it's
God.
the holiday season. You know how many people right now going crazy? Again, don't even get me started because that's where violent crimes come in. That's where the brothers who can't handle the mental pressure and be like, yo, I do for my people. So if I can't, I ain't got to keep up with the Joneses. Yeah. But like, nah, man, I got to go pull the jukes real fast.
That's how I'll celebrate Christmas. You know, Christmas is every day.
Real talk, man. Real talk. Man. All right, we're gonna deal with it, man. Yeah. Someone like you, man.
All right.
Well, we definitely need to have you back next year once the book is released.
I appreciate it. We working, man.
So we can talk a little more because I can't get too much into it right now.
Yeah, and I'll be early next time.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. Y'all have me in my feelings and everything.
Yeah.
And look, all within like 30 minutes. Look at that.
You see how I flipped it and reversed it? Got you back on track. All right, but that's what it is. Hood to Hood Wave Radio Show. I'm Uptown Man Joey Go.
It's your girl NECOLE MONAE.
Up this Jonathan Kimball. Follow me at hustle_millionaire.
All right. We're still supporting black businesses. Let's do it. Holla. What up, bro? Yo, that was super dope, bro. I'm mad. I'm trying to get in early, too, bro. Me too. Something I was on Wall Street. I was talking about the gas station. I'm 38. And I'm moving from Chicago to 7:30.
One don't give a fuck and said she took that. You need a project. I'm hood rap. Twerking up in traffic on some hood rap. I got your man throwing bands.
Pop that, put me through a headstand.
I got your man throwing bands.
Pop that, put me through a headstand. I need a project.
The hood rap. One don't give a fuck and said she took that.
I need a project.
A hood rap. Twerking up in traffic on some
Catch me in that wagon red 150. Red bottoms got the flow sticky. You know my tricky 3/4 just to hide the blicky. Run Ricky, that he dipping through the avenue. French, come on, Dollywood. Ratchet in the baddie, she run carrots. Feast, wagons, fleeks, babbage, freak, ratchet, beast. Get your hands up, tell them get your bands up. I be KD shooting, get your hands up. Let me kick it like Jamaicans, I don't lick it. I just pull up with the ticket, leave a copper, feel I trick it. She wanna make the whole thing disappear proper and hold it in her hand like an Oscar.
You need a project, a hood rap. One don't give a fuck and said she took that. You need a project, a hood rap. Twerking up in traffic on some hood rap. I got your man throwing bands.
Pop that, put me through a headstand.
I got your man throwing bands.
Pop that, put me through a headstand.
He need a sex symbol, he need some sexual. I need a who be up my edge control. He need a stripper type of body, need it flexible. He like it like she ignorant on her vegetables. I just put this all over his face, tattoos. Got them pulling on my wig like what this lace can't do.
Everywhere I go, they staring, checking me out and what I wear.
Oh yeah,
light on my ice, just staring. And everywhere you go, I'm there. I'm exhausted from balling. Winter, spring, summer, and falling. I'm exhausted from balling. Winter, spring, summer, and falling.
Ever since 15 years old, yeah, I've been on that road. I took the game and I played them shows. Lots of girls in the VIP, you know. I even sold the garden out. Yeah, I even sold the farm out. What you know about that? 18 years old, I'm on the map. winning awards and flights overseas. Fly girl, spinning my cheese. I'm exhausted. She know I'm ballin'. All these different girls got me tired. I'd rather sit back and smoke that fire. I'm banging B2K for life, yeah. What you know about Jesus Christ?
Everywhere I go, they stare. Checking me out and what I'm wearing. Life on my ice just slid.
Oh Lord.
Everywhere you go, I'm there. I'm exhausted from ballin'. Winter, spring, summer, and fall. I'm exhausted from ballin'.
Yeah.
Winter, spring, summer, and fall.
Let me spit a little game. I'm flossed out, balled out. Catch me in the fast lane. Summer, spring, winter, man. You see the ice in the chain. It's time to let it rain. Nothing but heat and rats. Big up in the game. It's Akon on the hook. Fake niggas get shook. Everybody take a look. I'm back on my grind. Let's get it. It's halftime. There's money on my mind. Ron pays. I'm in the shade. Let's get paid. Crush you like a lemonade. A parlay in the shade. Kick back and take a blaze.
iAccess Radio. WIAX. The future of radio and podcast. No limit to what we do.